The studio lights dim and a low hum of conversation ripples across the audience. Cameras move into position, capturing every shimmer of anticipation that fills the room. In the center of the massive stage stands the glowing logo of The Voice Kids Philippines, framed by swirling beams of red and gold. The judges' chairs, bold and iconic, line the front of the stage, turned away from the performer who is about to step into the spotlight. Among them sits Simon Cowell, whose reputation for sharp criticism and brutal honesty precedes him. He leans back, glancing toward the audience with the quiet confidence of someone who has heard every kind of voice imaginable. The crowd murmurs in excitement. They know something extraordinary is about to happen, even if Simon doesn't, yet. Backstage, a young girl named Lovers Cabrera clutches a microphone with trembling hands. She takes deep breaths, trying to quiet the pounding in her chest. She is small, with a shy smile that hides an ocean of courage. Her mother whispers words of encouragement, telling her to sing not just with her voice but with her heart. Lovers nods and looks toward the stage curtain. She can hear the muffled sounds of the host introducing her name to the crowd, followed by a polite wave of applause. It's her moment, the one she has dreamed about for years, rehearsed for countless nights in her small home in the Philippines, where music was her only escape and the stars her audience. As the curtain parts, a warm spotlight finds her. Lovers walks toward the center of the stage, her shoes clicking softly against the floor. The judges sit with their backs turned, and Simon glances briefly at the monitor showing her name. To him, she's just another contestant, one of hundreds. The band cues the opening chords of her chosen song, a classic power ballad known for its difficulty. Lovers takes a breath, closes her eyes, and releases the first note. It's pure, crystal clear, and hauntingly controlled. The sound slices through the air like a gentle wave, silencing the chatter in an instant. The audience, who moments before were restless, now sit perfectly still, listening as if afraid to interrupt the fragile magic unfolding before them. The note hangs, then melts seamlessly into the next. Lover's voice is small in stature but massive in emotional depth, carrying the pain and beauty of someone twice her age. Every syllable is deliberate, every vibrato carefully placed, and yet there's a natural innocence that makes it sound effortless. Simon's brows lift slightly, his posture changes. He's heard great singers, but this one is different. As the song progresses, the atmosphere transforms. The lighting grows warmer, bathing lovers in soft gold as she begins to open up, her confidence blooming like a flower under the spotlight. Her hands move gracefully with the rhythm, and the expression in her eyes tells a story that transcends language. People in the audience exchange looks of awe. Some record with their phones, unable to believe what they're witnessing. Simon leans forward, resting his chin on his hand, studying her every move. His eyes widen just a bit more with each note, a subtle signal that the music is reaching him on a level beyond technical appreciation. When she reaches the bridge, Lovers takes a daring leap into the higher register. Her tone doesn't waver, instead, it soars, filling the vast hall with an emotional resonance that seems impossible for her age. The crowd gasps. One of the other judges covers her mouth, stunned by the clarity and strength of the sound. Simon glances sideways at his fellow judges, and even though they can't see his face, they know what that look means, the unspoken acknowledgement that something extraordinary is happening. His fingers tap the armrest rhythmically, as if caught in the spell of the music. The faintest smile touches his lips, rare and genuine. By the time Lovers hits the song's climax, she has become something entirely different. The shy girl who stepped onto the stage moments ago is now a force of nature, commanding every note with confidence. The lights intensify, and a faint mist rolls across the stage floor, amplifying the drama. The audience rises to their feet even before the song ends, swept up in the momentum of her performance. Her final note, long, powerful, and heartbreakingly beautiful, echoes through the hall. It's a moment of pure, suspended silence before the eruption of applause. The judges' chairs spin almost in unison. Simon's hand slams the button, and his chair whirls around to face her just as she lowers the microphone. His mouth is slightly open, his eyes wide in disbelief. He lets out an audible, "Wow," that the cameras capture perfectly. The crowd cheers louder at his reaction than even at the high note itself. Lover stands frozen, unsure whether to smile or cry. The lights flare brighter as Simon rises from his seat, clapping slowly, still shaking his head in amazement. It's the kind of reaction contestants dream of but rarely receive. The other judges stand too, joining in a collective standing ovation. The host rushes out, grinning, as the cheers continue. When the applause finally begins to fade, Simon takes the microphone. His voice is calm but carries genuine emotion. He says he's heard thousands of singers in his life, from all over the world, but what he just heard was something unique, a voice that feels alive. He tells her that he didn't expect such depth from someone her age, and for once, he admits he's speechless. The audience laughs warmly, recognizing that even Simon Cowell, the man famous for never holding back his criticism, has been rendered humble by a child's talent. Lovers smiles shyly, tears glistening in her eyes. She whispers a soft, "Thank you," into the mic, and the moment becomes instantly viral-worthy, a blend of innocence and greatness that transcends the show itself. The host asks her about her story, and she speaks softly about growing up in a small town, about singing to her family, about watching the voice clips online and dreaming that one day she could stand on that stage. Simon listens intently, his usual guarded demeanor replaced by genuine admiration. He tells her that dreams like hers remind him why he fell in love with discovering new talent in the first place. The camera pans across the audience, capturing parents holding their children, inspired by the sight of this young girl who just proved that greatness can come from anywhere. After the emotional exchange, the band begins to play a soft reprise of the song, and Lovers takes a bow. Confetti rains down gently, shimmering under the lights like falling stars. She looks up, smiling through tears, overwhelmed by the moment. Simon claps one last time, then points toward her as if declaring, "Remember her name." The crowd begins chanting her name, "Lovers. Lovers." And the chant grows until the entire studio echoes with it. For her, it's not just applause, it's validation, proof that the world has heard her voice. As the lights dim again for the transition to the next act, Simon turns to his fellow judges, still shaking his head in disbelief. He says quietly, "That's what music is supposed to do, make you feel something you can't explain." The cameras catch this line perfectly, and it becomes one of the most replayed clips online. Backstage, as Lovers exits, crew members congratulate her, some with tears in their eyes. Her mother rushes to hug her, whispering that she's proud beyond words. Lovers hugs her tightly, her tiny frame trembling from adrenaline and joy. Somewhere in the background, a producer says, "That's the clip we're opening tomorrow's broadcast with." In the days that follow, the internet explodes with praise. The video of Simon's shocked face goes viral. Headlines appear across social media, "Simon Cowell can't believe this Filipino girl's voice." Viewers from all over the world share her performance, commenting on how her voice gave them chills. Music professionals praise her control and soulfulness, while fans flood the comment sections with love and pride for the Philippines. The performance transcends the show, it becomes a symbol of hope and talent recognized beyond borders. What makes the moment truly unforgettable isn't just the perfection of her singing. It's the story behind it, the contrast between her small, almost timid presence and the vast, commanding power of her voice. It's the way Simon Cowell, known for his composure, visibly lost his cool for a few seconds, caught between astonishment and admiration. It's the emotion that filled the room, the tears in the eyes of strangers who realized they were witnessing something rare. The birth of a star. Every replay of that moment carries the same energy, the pause before the first note, the stunned silence after, and the eruption of applause that follows. As the episode ends, a montage plays showing highlights of her performance from different camera angles. The close-up of her eyes as she begins to sing, the slow-motion turn of Simon's chair, the confetti falling as she smiles through tears, all stitched together with an emotional instrumental track. The final shot lingers on Simon's face as he says, almost to himself, "Unbelievable." The screen fades to black, and the credits roll, but the audience at home keeps talking, keeps replaying, keeps feeling. Even after the show, the legend of that performance grows. Interviews, reaction videos, and remixes spread online. Lovers Cabrera's name becomes a symbol of inspiration for countless young singers, especially in the Philippines. Music teachers show her clip to students, reminding them that passion and authenticity can outshine even the biggest stage. Simon, in a later interview, admits that it's one of the few moments in recent years that genuinely moved him. He says that her performance reminded him of the first time he discovered a voice that could stop time, and that hers did exactly that. Behind all the fame and headlines, however, is still the same young girl who stood backstage trembling before walking out to sing. When asked in a later interview how she felt in that moment, she says she wasn't thinking about winning or impressing anyone. She just wanted to sing for her family, for her country, and for anyone who ever doubted that a small voice could make a big impact. That humility, combined with undeniable talent, is what cements her place in the hearts of millions. The performance remains a perfect storm of timing, emotion, and talent. It shows how a single moment, one brave decision to step onto a stage, can change everything. It turns an ordinary evening of television into a chapter of musical history, remembered not just for the notes sung but for the feelings evoked. Simon's disbelief becomes the audience's mirror. His reaction validates what everyone else feels but can't quite articulate. In that instant, it doesn't matter that she's a child or from a small town or from a country halfway across the world. All that matters is the music. And as the credits fade and the lights of the studio dim for the night, one can almost hear the echo of her final note lingering in the air, a reminder that true talent needs